In this video, you're going to be learning about how you can use the old times, your past, all the stuff that's gone on in your life that you don't like, and turn it around into a good, into where you are now, and use it as a complete positive, because being positive is a very good way to live. Welcome back to another video. I'm Maximilian and I help people empower their lives. And like I said, this video is all about using your old, your past, your previous, your history to turn it around into a positive, into living the life that you can empower yourself, empower other people, and help and inspire other people to do the same thing. So it all starts with, like I say, use the old time. So normally what we see in the past, something that we always wanted to manifest in the past that never happened, is usually the best thing that didn't happen, because we wanted it so bad and we didn't realize what would actually happen from that. And now I look back to a time when I was not in the right frame of mind and all I wanted was the money, all I wanted was to be rich, I wanted to be wealthy, successful financially. But if I look at it now, all I can see is I would have ruined my life. I would have screwed up so badly because I was not in the right frame of mind to hold on to that money. I would have spent it on stupid things I didn't need and just wasted money. So understand that it's not always the best thing, and you're probably going through the learning process and you're being taught a lesson that you need to be taught. So now I've understood. That's where I sort of turned into a minimalist in a sort of way, because I sold all my stuff because I didn't have any money and I needed some money, and it made me not need for anything. I don't want for anything. I don't need for anything other than food and exercise and water. That is literally all I need for. Like, I don't really tend to buy new clothes because I don't need them. If there's a t-shirt, and I'll sometimes get it, but I try to stay away from it because there's no point, there's no need for things like that. So I use my old as a blessing, and also my past from what happened with my mum and dad and how my dad attacked my mum, and I use that as a way that if he wouldn't have done that, I'd probably still be taking drugs right now, I'd probably still be drinking, I'd probably still be messing up my life completely. But because he did that, it made me say I need to stop, and it did stop me in my tracks of where I was and get me on a much better path, a path to enlightenment, a path to happiness, a path to freedom, a path to whatever I want to do, because now I understand the power of what you can do with your own life just through listening to the right people. So this is where it leads me on to my next point of listening to the right people. Now I say this all the time. I'd say probably 50% of my videos have this little tip in it, and listen to someone who is in a position that you would like to be in. So if you want to be a professional footballer, don't listen to a golfer, because they're not going to know what they're talking about. Don't listen to a teacher, because they're not going to know what they're talking about. Listen to a professional footballer who knows exactly what they've done and exactly what the right thing is to do to get where you want to be. This goes with anything, whether it's in business, whether this is being a doctor, whether this is in relationships. Listen to someone who has successfully done what you are trying to accomplish. Don't listen to someone who has failed at what you tried to accomplish. Don't listen to a divorced person 17 times who's telling you that you should never get married. Because yes, don't get married to them, admittedly, because they clearly don't know how to do it. I'm not saying I do at all, but I'm saying they just don't either. So don't listen to someone who is not in a position that you want to be in. And if someone who is not in a position you want to be in tells you to do something, it's most likely they either don't know what they're talking about, or they're just doing it because they're trying to protect you. And unfortunately, you don't know what you don't know. So I don't know anything about rugby. That's something that I don't have a clue about. So if someone asked me about anything, I couldn't tell them anything. So it would be very stupid of them to listen to me, because it just wouldn't make any sense. They'd get the wrong advice and they'd probably, I don't know, start kicking the ball or something like that, like football. I don't have a clue how to play it. So, but if someone asked me about personal development, I could give them very good advice because I know what I'm talking about. I studied it for so long and I've studied so much on it. I've spent so many hours studying it that I know it inside and out, and I know so many different things. But that doesn't mean I know everything. There's still things that I don't have a clue about, but I'm still opening my mind up and learning new things every day because I'm excited to learn about these type of topics. So after you've done all of that, learn from your mistakes. Learn from everything you do wrong. Now, you're human, I'm human, we do things wrong all the time. That doesn't mean you're never going to be perfect. But, well, kind of. I don't think anyone can be perfect, because there's things that will happen in your life that just won't work out. You might try and do something that you've done before many times, and you might make a mistake. And that is normal, that's life. Unfortunately, it's going to happen, and you've got to be prepared for the mistakes, but understand that if you make a mistake, learn from it. If you know that there's a hole in the road, when you're walking down the road next time, don't fall in the same hole. Walk around the hole. If you've fallen in it once, don't fall in the same hole. Because the things we do over and over again and expect different results is insane. That is literally insanity. You're doing something exactly the same. That is like throwing a golf ball up in the air, standing in the same position, it hitting you on the head, and then you trying the same thing again and not moving and it hitting you on the head again, and you're wondering why that happened. It is gravity. Gravity is going to pull it down, and it's just one of them things that just happens. So don't do the same thing over and over and over and over again and expect a different result, because you're never going to get a different result if you're not willing to change and willing to do something different. So once you've done something different, you can get a different result. Also, do something completely different from the normal, from the ordinary. So many people go out and do different things every day. Now, if you go out and you try things, that is the biggest thing you can do. If you can try something and see if it works for you, perfect. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. You've got plenty of time to go and try something else. Now, you could try things for 10 years and then you'd still wake up after 10 years and you can go and try something else. There's nothing stopping you. Don't conform to the way that the normal society live in, but understand that you can do whatever you want to do. You've just got to go and try things and try something different to what you've already done, and understand if the industry is possible. If you want to become financially successful, look at the industry. I said this in a video yesterday. Look at the industry, look at the top people in the industry, and if you want financial success, look at them. Are they financially successful? If not, try a different industry. But in my opinion, you should always go for passion over finance, because when you bring your passion into something, the finance normally follows and it comes together and makes a nice big sign of fulfillment. Because if you're adding enough value, you're adding a good service to the industry, to the world, then you're going to get rewarded for what you're doing. Now, sometimes it takes a bit of time. Sometimes you've got to spend time doing this. But if you're learning from your mistakes along the way, you're gonna get the better result in the long run, because it will start as a small mistake, and then 10 years later, if you come across that same mistake again, sorted. You don't need to worry about it, because you know exactly how to get over it. So use every single negative that's gone on in your life. Now, I understand some things probably aren't the easiest thing to get your head around, and there's some things that are quite frankly disgusting that have happened to people, and I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. But if you can turn these positives into a state of, let's say a relationship, for example, or an abusive relationship, now you know, if once you've got out of it, now you know exactly what you don't want, so you can go out and get exactly what you do want. Because if you know exactly what it is you don't want, then you can just find the exact opposite to that. So it works with absolutely anything. If you don't like some type of food, try the opposite type of food to that. If you don't like running, try weights. Just try different things. And there's so many things. I mean, I know I'm repeating myself in this video quite a lot, but it just is about understanding that the hard times are a blessing, and they're teaching you a lesson that is probably one of the biggest lessons you need to learn. And once you've learned that lesson, then life just gets easier. Don't ever wish that life was easier, wish that you were better. So that's what it might sound a little bit contradicting what I just said, but life gets easier when you get better. But that's the thing, life doesn't get easier if you stop doing the same, if you keep doing the same thing and you're expecting a different result. If you're changing, you're growing, you're helping yourself, you're growing your mind, you're growing your body, then you're going to get better, and you're going to be able to take life on a lot easier, because life can be hard. There can be things that go on in life that are a struggle. But if you can get over them because you're growing yourself, you're growing your mind, you're growing your body, you're growing physically, mentally, spiritually, then you're going to be able to get over these challenges, over these hurdles, and over all these struggles that are going on. So I just want to say thank you for watching this video. I'm very grateful for you for watching this video. If you like the video, please like, please subscribe, do whatever you like to do. If you don't like it, again, don't matter, don't bother me. But please do like the video if you do like it, and thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next video.